Hello traders, this is Joanne with Succeed in Forex. Welcome to our Forex News broadcast for Thursday, May the 22nd, 2008. Headlines out of Switzerland this morning read, dollar fell broadly after Fed lowers growth forecast. The dollar fell to a one-month low versus the euro on Wednesday after the Federal Reserve cut its 2008 growth forecast and warned of higher unemployment, reducing prospects of an interest rate hike later this year. Although the minutes of the Fed's April 29th and 30th policy meeting highlighted worries over inflation and signaled more interest rate cuts were unlikely, it was insufficient to halt the dollar's slide, and it also touched a one-week low versus the yen. The euro-dollar surged as high as 157.98, getting close to the 160.20 record peak, which it touched last month. The dollar-yen dropped to a one-week low of 102.96 before recovering to 103.05. The dollar Swissy dived to 102.57. The dollar loonie was boosted by higher oil prices and a gain in April Canadian consumer prices. The slide in the dollar came as stocks tumbled on the combination of record oil prices and the Fed's lowering its 2008 growth projections. The central bank also warned it expected unemployment to rise. Some analysts said the minutes of the Federal Reserve's FOMC suggested the central bank could still lower rates further this year. Short-term interest rates futures, which track market expectations for the Fed policy, still showed an 88% chance that the central bank will keep benchmark lending rates unchanged at 2% after aggressively cutting them by 325 basis points since mid-September. Prospects for a rate hike by year-end were down around 80%. From a near 100% on Tuesday. In strong contrast, a surprise improvement in German business sentiment bolstered the case for higher Eurozone interest rates, adding to the bullish tone surrounding the euro. The ECB has held interest rates at 4% since last June, and expectations of a slower Eurozone economic growth in recent weeks has led investors to start pricing in a near-term rate cut. But the recent string of strong data from Germany, the Eurozone's largest economy, has called that outlook into question. The dollar was little changed in the Asian session from the close seen in the States on Wednesday. Concerns are growing, though, that the U.S. inflation could rise significantly while growth falls, producing a deeper slowdown in the economy. The dollar is being strangled by the surge in oil prices, which has hit record highs again. This is helping the Canadian loonie against the dollar. As the Fed released its minutes from April FOMC, it also raised its expectations for inflation and suggested that it has now finished its cycle of cutting rates that saw them fall to 2% recently. The euro rose to 158 before falling back to 157.58. Recent data, especially the surprise rise in the German business confidence, suggested the ECB are more likely to raise interest rates than to cut them, which has been very supportive to the euro. The pound sat around 198.40 area with little movement in the Far East session. Against the euro, the pound rose to 79.93. In the UK, there is a very important election today that could see the Labour Party lose what is deemed a safe seat to the Conservative opposition. This should be a huge blow to Prime Minister Brown and may well lead to a challenge of his leadership. Furthermore, there is growing pressure that could see a strike action from the public sector workers who are growing angry about pay settlements that fall way below inflation. Asian markets were down toward another day as record crude prices weighed on sentiment, with the Nike managing a small gain, but the Hang and the MSCI were both down. Despite the gloom, Japanese export growth rose more than expected in April, as Asia and emerging markets demand helped offset the U.S. New Zealand is following other nations in launching fiscal stimuli, announcing a cut in income tax worth $8.2 billion over the next 4 years. That concludes our news for today. We hope you're finding this beneficial to your trading, and we appreciate your view. Before we sign off, we would like to invite you to visit our website at www.succeedinforex.com. There you'll find information about our Traders Training Center, where our motto is Traders Helping Traders Succeed in Forex. You'll also find a link to our Yahoo forum, which is also called Succeed in Forex. We hope you'll visit us there soon. Until our next broadcast, We hope you have a great trading day and happy pipping.